Yo guys, Vision Shen here bringing you some more Call of Duty Black Ops 7 content. In today's video I wanted to share some sniper gameplay that I've captured over time on playing multiplayer, discussing the current state of Black Ops 7 as well as how the game has been so far and what's coming next both on this channel and within this game. So on that note, stay tuned and let's get right into it. So first things first, as a general overview, what I'll do is I'll discuss all of the multiplayer, the maps, the guns, sniping of course in more detail, and all of what it does for the game and the community, skill-based matchmaking, camo grind, prestige master grind, what's next to come in this gameplay and also on my content in this channel, rank play, iridescent grind, warzone, endgame, zombies, you name it. Everything we'll go over in this video with regards to this game in Black Ops 7, which I think so far has actually been really good, and for the most part I would say this is going to be a memorable experience, at least from a multiplayer point of view at the bare minimum. For myself, I'd say I'm a big fan of these maps. In recent years, that's all we've been talking about as a community and moaning about pretty much for the most part is we need better maps. And I think the quality of these maps, with the likes of Black Ops, with the likes of Flagship, new maps that were added in, I think they've done a good job from a public match experience and just generally changing the theme of what they've sort of in the trend of where they've gone in the past, with either just leaning towards creating new maps that are really poor quality and have no traditional methodology behind them, i.e. 3 lanes, or whatever it may be, or they've just completely remastered the same maps over and over again, which of course they have them in this game, which does make it, but I think they've got a really good combination between the two, and I think that's what's made this multiplayer far more significant than recent years. When it comes down to the multiplayer maps in this game, I actually don't think there's a bad map necessarily. I think Retrieval is probably my least favorite, but it became a decent map for the camo grind. If you guys are new, I have grinded out Nexus, which is the overall master camo, the ultimate one for earning all 4: Singularity in multiplayer, Infestation in zombies, Genesis in the endgame, and Apocalypse in Warzone, and then you get the final one, which there are links in the description below for you to go check them out in case you guys are interested in grinding out these camos and you want to see guides on how best to do it with all of the tips and tricks that I've learned throughout my experience. But I'd say the Retrieval map became a decent map for camos, particularly those long range shots, so I learned to play that map and certain other maps for certain reasons, and they all catered to different types of playstyles, which is why I think it's unfair to say that's like the bad, like the worst map or whatever, because some people generally out there might actually enjoy that experience of playing it a lot slower and so on. But of course it was a huge map, and I'm just saying it was probably my least favorite. But more maps like Toshin and Blackheart, Colossus, Flagship, Homestead, all of the new maps in this game I really am a big fan of. I thought they were great, and I generally think that they are maps that I would come back to play pop multiplayer for just for that experience in itself. Remaster maps such as Hijack, Raid, Express, and of course Nuketown were always going to be fun in this game. I actually got my first nuke on playing Raid, which was also a really cool moment because it's like, oh, it's Raid, the most nostalgic map in Call of Duty basically, and I ended up getting a nuke for my first one on this game, which was just a really cool moment, and it was always going to be fun, like I said. But the new maps like Odysseus and Utopia, they are nice and vibrant maps, with layouts being good for pub stomping and generally playing in S&D, which is something I love doing as well. As for the guns in this game in Black Ops 7, I would say the guns have been a treat, with almost no bad gun in this entire game. Majority of the weapons are viable, with my personal favorites being the Carbon, Razor, and of course the Recon Sniper, which you're seeing throughout, which is pretty much what I've used for the most part all the way throughout all modes in this game. Sniping has always been something I've just resonated with. I was a sniper player back in the day. I used to have snipes in my name once upon a time, and I just thought it'd be good to upload some of the cool clips that I've captured throughout this game, discussing all of the journey so far to this point with regards to camos and multiplayer experience, and even just Black Ops 7 in itself, and also what's left ahead in the road for us in Black Ops 7 for our journey. And then as for like more on Sniper, I'd say it just provides me a level of dopamine that I don't necessarily get anymore from anything else. Of course, high kill games and nukes, these are all great things, but you really have to go hard for these things. Whereas if I'm just clip farming with less sweaty environments and using more sort of for entertainment purposes, using the sniper for playing pubs, then when I want to play slower and just have less of a sweatier time, the sniping is the best thing for this game, and just something I've always, like I said, resonated with. And I'd also add particularly because after I got the sort of Singularity Master Camo in multiplayer, I kind of sort of lent away from playing multiplayer in itself, purely because I was going for the other camos. And once I got that camo and returned to pubs, it felt like the skill base kind of got rug pulled a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm the only one thinking that, but I have seen online that even professional players are saying the same thing too. So I'd like to think it's not me moaning about skill base, and I'd also like to think that the gameplay you're seeing for the most part kind of demonstrates that I'm not in the lower skilled section clearly. And I just think that the SBM, when I came back to it, was just so eye-opening with how much it changed and how much the experience became far more sweaty again. And I don't really know how much of that sort of was changed as such, whether it was always in the game or not, and whether people just got better, or because I'm not going for the camo I noticed it more. I don't really know, but it's definitely in the game. I mean, I was loading into lobbies at one of the 0.1% people in the world who had Prestige Master and all of the Master camos, and I was coming across people who were also always Prestige Master, and I'm not just talking about one person. Like some of my games, there would be at least 6 people in the lobby at Prestige Master, and there'd be multiple people with Singularity running around, and it just makes you think this clearly isn't an average player sort of lobby. These are clearly high-skilled players who both play the game a lot, which tends to sort of lead towards higher skill, and also clearly skilled players as well in my lobbies who are just pretty difficult to deal with and also just ruins the experience. I've gone over SBM in so many different videos. I'm not going to go over it and make this whole video about that, but I just thought it'd be cool to add that there is definitely a change in the way the game started with SBMM and how the sort of the shift has moved. Whether that's because the player base has also dropped off, like I said, I'm not particularly sure, but it was definitely noticeable coming back to this after playing things like Warzone and Endgame and Zombies, which again, they also could be factors too. But more so just at this point in the video, I was going to ask you guys on what do you guys think of both Black Ops 7, the maps, and also the skill-based matchmaking. Is it rife in this game? Is it about right on how you guys are finding your lobbies? And just let me know down below. I am only interested. I just want to see what the audience thinks of this game and also with skill-based matchmaking. And of course, I'm pretty much only playing ranked player at this point anyway, as we're grinding iridescent on this multiplayer and also on Warzone. So that's not really a big problem for me anymore. But the camo grind was incredible in this game. The journey was so memorable. I will always have a soft spot for how that grind went, especially because I played a lot with a lot of my friends in that camo grind journey, and they were also going for it as well. So it just made it that much more memorable. The maps were great, and I think the actual camos are significantly better than we've had in previous years, especially the infestation camo. I think this is an incredible looking camo, one of my personal favorites of all time, not just in this game but also in this game as well. The Master Prestige grind was also really fun. The camos definitely helped make that a lot easier. Of course, with popping double XP all the way throughout made that 10 times easier, and also just more enjoyable grinding this game was especially maps and also going for nukes. And with SBMM not being so cranked at the start, I think that just made it so much more fun. But as for what's next on the channel with regards to Black Ops 7 and also just going forward, I'd say I'm going to continue playing ranked play as much as I possibly can. We are grinding to iridescent. I love competitive gameplay in this game. Now that I've got all the camos out of the way and we've played our fair share of public matches with regards to the multiplayer experience in getting nukes and high kill games and whatnot, ranked play is just something that I've always wanted to do and go as far as I can. I'm a competitive player at heart, and that's just the nature of the game for me. When you get to that high level, you just want to play against people at that level in a competitive setting. This is why I think SBM should not exist in the first place. Again, we're going to loop back to this quickly because ranked play was designed for that exact purpose, and somehow the casual experience of playing against random people has now become also sweaty. So that's kind of the whole purpose of why I think it's an issue. But anyway, ranked play is something I'm going to continue to grind on. I've been to iridescent before. I need to get back to that level and prove that I belong in that top percentile of players going forward. But as well as that, again, I did mention that I'm going to be playing Warzone. I'm going to try out the new Avalon map and play that in much more depth, as well as the Blackout new mode, kill races, iridescent grind in the Resurgence playlist and stuff like that as well, and continue to play endgame where possible, continue playing it out and checking out the new world bosses they add in each season and see all of the new encounters and so on. I absolutely love that experience. Endgame was my personal favorite thing about all of Black Ops 7. The Genesis grind was my favorite by a mile in terms of master camo, and just endgame in itself, learning that environment, all of it being so innovative and new to the experience and player base. I absolutely love that. So I must say, I got to recommend that for anyone that hasn't tried that out. And also with it being on the Avalon map, it's also a really cool thing for you to learn the map in a PvE environment. And as well as zombies, of course, I'm a huge zombies fan. I'm a zombies player with loaded content on the channel already so far, with different maps and modes all the way through all of the Treyarch CODs, all the way back to World at War. So check that out, guys, in case you guys weren't aware and you are new to the channel and you weren't aware that I produce zombies content on a weekly basis where we complete Easter eggs and we do the ultimate ranking tier list, and we're going to continue playing all of the new maps, survival and big maps, whatever it may be, and continue playing that. But that's kind of what's coming next on the channel for you guys to be aware, in case you guys enjoyed this video and you want to stick around and subscribe and look out for future content. But I'm also going to continue providing more multiplayer content to the channel over time with more sniper gameplay. As I said, it's a fundamental part of me playing public matches at this point. It's pretty much the only thing I'm really going to be doing on pubs anyway at this point is sniping. I love it. Using the recon is really fun. They're also going to add, of course, new snipers, which you're going to need to try out. I want to go for more nukes, create more funny moments with my friends in S&D or just generally in public matches. Also more competitive entertainment and ranked play, of course, as I've said. And if you've enjoyed the video and you found all of this to be interesting and seeing all of this and you want to stay tuned and stick around for this journey, then of course do not forget to like and subscribe. That's it. Matt helps me out. I am a small creator, as you can see, and I want to continue on this journey. And if you have any suggestions on any of the upcoming videos that you want to see on the channel, then let me know, guys, down below in the comments and I'll get right back to you. And of course, a reminder, let me know also what you think of the maps, the game in itself with regards to not just multiplayer but just generally. You could even be just sniping, whatever, or if you have any cool clips that you want to share with regards to trick shots, sniping, whatever, then also let me know, guys, down below in the comments and I'll get right back to you. I'm Vision SGen, and I'll see you in the next one.